let's come to the next one relating to the audit evidence. So again, if you check it in the study material, it is from the chapter number 5. Okay. And these particular case studies, they have few theory questions and also few of the MCQ. Okay. On the Specialty Chemicals Private Limited is a 1,000 crore turnover company having plants in Khopoli, Mahad and Ankleshwar for manufacturing various products for fertilizer units, cosmetics and the paint industry, etc. The company has built up a good reputation, and apart from the domestic market, it exports to the European market and the Middle East. The company is a closely held company owned by 3 friends and their family members. The types of material handled and products are hazardous. Following further information related to the company is as under. The company needs to import the key raw material and is exposed to high risk of price fluctuations and currency risk. Company carries high inventory due to the long import cycle and the seasonal sales pattern. The working capital is almost 60% blocked in inventory and rest in debtors. Company has huge investments in plant and machinery financed through the term loans from financial institutions. Since the company has large imports, it buys import license from the open market. Company has received customs notice about using fake licenses for importing material without paying the duty. Company has filed an appeal against the said notice and the same is pending before the appellate tribunal. Amount involved is material along with interest and penalty could be more than 10% of the turnover. Company has liquid chemicals stored in the huge tanks. The powdered form of chemical is stored in the standard size drums. High items of stock like coal, sulfur are lying in the open area. Company has huge domestic sales on the consignment basis and vast quantities of finished inventories are lying with the consignees across India. Company has received an order from the National Green Tribunal to pay a fine of 1.5 crore for the emission of toxic chemicals in the air and water. Company has filed an appeal against the said order. The type of plant is such that it has to be a continuous process and at any time huge quantities of material are in progress. Raw materials are stored in huge tanks located 2 kilometers from the plant, and to transport the chemical liquid, there is a network of pipes connecting them, and at any point of time, there are huge quantities of material lying in the pipeline. Company has prepared its inventory details by involving a management expert. During the year, the previous auditor resigned and a new auditor got appointed. Okay, so looks very interesting all regarding the inventories over there. So SA 501, audit evidence specific consideration for selected items. One item is the existence and condition of inventory. Right, so theoretical questions will come to that, but first let us look into the MCQs. The objectivity of the management expert. So management expert SA 500 is likely to be less if the expert is competent, the expert is capable, the expert has the relevant experience, the expert is employed by the entity. Obviously, his objectivity will be less if he is employed by the entity. Which of the following matter is irrelevant for the auditor in planning attendance at the physical inventory count? Nature of the inventory, relevant. Timing of the inventory count, relevant. Nature of the internal control related to inventory, relevant. Whether 100% of the inventory is covered in the count, that is not relevant. Right? It is irrelevant for the auditor when he is planning to attend the inventory count. External confirmation for receivables are not reliable in which of the following situation? If it is directly received, reliable. Confirmation has come from the address of the confirming party, reliable. The confirmation is signed by the plant manager and the confirmation is positive confirmation. So positive confirmations provide more reliable evidence as compared to negative confirmation. So if the confirmation is signed by the plant uncle and the new auditor planned certain procedures with respect to opening balances, which of the following procedure is not in accordance with 510? Read the most recent financial statement audit report where the prior period report is modified, the impact on the current period, correctly closing balances, ascertaining whether predecessor auditor had attended the physical inventory count. This is like poking the nose unnecessarily. Ascertaining whether predecessor auditor, so it is this planned procedure is not in accordance with the SA 510. Right, so like one question we saw over here regarding the 510, then above that regarding the external confirmation, then regarding the 501, right, the inventory, and then regarding the 500, regarding the management expert, which is given in SA 500 audit evidence. Okay, and let's just have a quick overview at question. Based on the case study, please advise the auditor on the important aspects to carry out the audit procedure to obtain evidence for the following. What audit procedures are required for verifying the existence and condition of inventory with specific reference to the nature of operation? So SA 501, what is our keyword over there? As on is the date of the financial statements, the auditor shall APPEND, year and date, attend the physical verification count being conducted by the management at the year and date unless impracticable. And when you're attending the count, what are you going to do? Evaluate management's instruction, observe the count procedures, inspect the inventory, perform test counts, and reconcile with the actual inventory records. Okay. And now, when you're evaluating management's instruction, right, as an auditor, when you are evaluating the management's instruction, what you're going to check? The existence of appropriate control activities. Then the stage of completion of the work in progress, right, regarding the inventory lying in the stock, which is lying in the pipe, which is lying in the open areas. Right? Then also estimate the physical quantities of the liquid chemical. Then control over the movement of inventory between areas and the shipping and receipt of inventory before and after the cutoff date. Right? So these are the audit procedures. Attend the inventory count, evaluate management's instruction, observe the count procedures, inspect, perform, and then the reconcile with the actual inventory records. Okay. Right. The company has prepared inventory details by involving a management's expert, elaborate upon the rationale, discuss responsibilities of the auditor in regard to information prepared by company involving such an expert. Right. So what does it say? The management, because of the nature of the inventory, they decided to use the work of the expert. So as an auditor, what you are going to do, you are going to look into the CCO. Then you're going to obtain an understanding of the work done by that expert. And then also you're going to check the expert's work, right? The appropriateness of the expert's work, right? So similar to SA 620, but there it is auditor's expert, your SA 500, it is the management's expert. So CCO, understanding and the appropriateness of the work. Right. What additional audit procedures does the auditor need to carry out in respect of the inventory line with the third party? Right. So one, it says you can obtain the confirmation from the third party, or you can inspect the inventory, or you can perform the following other procedures. Arrange for another auditor, obtain another auditor's report, inspect documentation regarding the inventory line with the third party. Right, so confirmation, if not, these are the alternatives, the additional procedures which can be performed. And what procedure should the auditor undertake regarding the litigation matter? So that means now they are talking about the SA 501, the existence of the, the completeness of the litigations and claims. Right, so one, what does it say? Inquiries of the management, and where applicable also the in-house legal counsel. Then directly ask, indirectly check. So indirectly you are going to check the minutes of the meeting. You're also going to review the legal expenses account. Also you'll have the correspondence with the external legal. And then after that it says, in case if you find that this litigation and claim that is supposed to be identified as an RMM, then you can send a specific letter of inquiry to the external legal counsel. Right? So letter of specific inquiry to be sent to the external legal counsel, which will include the following. One, a list of all the litigations they are handling on behalf of the, then where applicable, management's assessment of the outcome, a request that the legal counsel confirm the reasonableness of the management's assessment. So management's assessment, then legal counsel's confirmation regarding the assessment of the management. Auditor may also seek meeting with the external legal counsel if it is a significant risk. So this is in letter of inquiry if it is an RMM. Then they say if it's a significant risk, meeting. Right? If the matter is complex or there is a disagreement, right? So if it's a significant risk, complex, or there is a disagreement. And last point always is obtain a, yes, I'm able to listen to you, obtain a written representation from the management, right? Obtain the written representation from the management, right? So this you can mark it as a twinkle, twinkle, little star, right? So 5 star, you can mark it as an important question over there. Right, so actually we are discussing MCQs, but yeah, because there were a few theory questions also, we just had a quick glance at those also. Okay.